This week, Disney and Lucasfilm unveiled the first official trailer for the brand new animated Star Wars series, Maul Shadow Lord, debuting with its first 2 episodes later this year on April 6th. And there's a lot to be excited about. We've got crime lords, we've got stormtroopers, we've got Mandalorians, we've got Imperial Inquisitors, lots of lightsabers, lots of explosions, and of course, Darth Maul himself. The first thing that caught a lot of people's attention, including mine, was just how stunning the animation looks. The colors, the environmental details, the fluid character movements and expressions. This is the best that the Clone Wars style animation has ever looked. So let's talk plot, story, details. Here's everything we know about Maul Shadow Lord. So the series takes place shortly after the end of the Clone Wars and Order 66. This is a very interesting point in the timeline because the Empire is still trying to find its footing. Taking advantage of the chaos created, criminal syndicates across the galaxy are rising up to make their own mark and settle themselves in a post-Republic political environment. So enter Maul, who, if we remember, escaped Republic custody at the end of the Clone Wars after the Siege of Mandalore. The next time we really see him is in Solo, and by that point he has risen up in the world of crime to become the leader of Crimson Dawn. So this series will take place in between these 2 time periods, bridging that gap to show us how Maul navigates the criminal underworld and rises up to become one of its key rulers by the time of the Solo movie. This trailer takes place almost exclusively on the sprawling city planet, which is a new planet called Janix, a city built into a crater that's gone on undisturbed by the Empire, but is instead ruled by various crime syndicates that maintain a fragile peace. I love how alive and detailed this planet looks. It very much has that gritty, neon-drenched cyberpunk feel to it as well. And on this new planet, we also see a couple of new characters. One is a young Twi'lek female named Devon Izara. She's a former Jedi Padawan who survived the Purge, who has now somehow crossed paths with Maul, and it looks like Maul will be trying to get her to become his new apprentice. The Order 66 survivor turned bad guy is becoming a really common trope in modern Star Wars as of late, but even with that in mind, I do think that Devon seems like an interesting character, one who will serve as a good foil to Maul with their differing moralities. One is a former Jedi and one is a former Sith. The other new character is this police detective, Captain Brander Lawson, who seems to be the main authority figure on Janix, caught in the middle of all these warring crime syndicates and criminal activity. Aside from new characters, we also have a few returning faces. The first here is Rook Kast, a female Mandalorian warrior. She was actually the one who broke Maul out of Separatist prison, earning his trust and respect, and went on to become one of his most senior and loyal Mandalorian soldiers. The last 2 returning characters we see are 2 Imperial Inquisitors, who have been sent by the Emperor himself to find and kill Maul. The first one we see is the 11th brother, who first appeared in the final episode of the Tales of the Jedi series as the Inquisitor who tracks down Ahsoka, but was ultimately killed by her. The second Inquisitor you might also recognize, Marok, also known as the first brother, who first appeared in the Ahsoka series as one of Thrawn's dark side agents. I find it interesting that both Inquisitors who are sent to hunt Maul have some connection back to Ahsoka. Per the events of Season 7 of the Clone Wars, it's been established that Maul and Ahsoka have a history together and mirror each other in a lot of ways. So thematically, it seems fitting that these are the 2 Inquisitors to be going after Maul as well. It seems like in this series, Maul will be assaulted on all sides by 3 main groups: crime syndicates, local police, and the Empire, which is bound to result in a series that is full of action, thrill, and suspense. Overall, after watching this trailer, I am really excited about this series. Like many others, I grew up watching the Clone Wars. Like, that is my Star Wars. While I am not a huge Darth Maul fan, I usually prefer light side stories to the dark side stories. The grittiness and dark tone we're getting here is just incredible. In this trailer, you get that look and feel like you're really living in the Star Wars world. Boots on the ground, up close and personal with all of the grimy and dirty aspects of the galaxy. Well, thank you all for watching. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of the trailer and what your expectations are of the series. Again, we get 2 episodes on April 6th, followed by 8 more once a week, so a total of 10 episodes. I think that's a solid length, and not to mention we've got the Mando and Grogu movie coming out this year soon after in May, and Ahsoka Season 2 down the line, so we've got a lot to look forward to in 2026 for Star Wars. But that's it for now. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.